preached Christianity in Egypt, and he's the founder of the Coptic Church. Very important. دي جاية في الامتحان. يلا غششتكم. Okay? دي هتيجي في الامتحان. Saint Mark is the reason we are here. Is the reason we are here. Is the reason of preserving our church. Is the reason of keeping the Orthodox Church as is. لحد دلوقتي. So, Saint Mark is the founder of the Coptic Orthodox Church. The characteristics of the gospel according to Saint Mark. أول حاجة, the first of the 4 gospel to be written. So the first gospel to be written, not Saint Matthew. As I told you guys, it's written in different era, different times. The first one written is the Gospel of Saint Mark. It starts with John the Baptist. It's the shortest gospel. The common words and the theme of Mark is being the word straight away, immediately. Kind of like this is his style of writing, you know? He will tell you, immediately this happened. Immediate, kind of like and he can give you a scene when he's writes stuff, and then he takes you out of the scene and goes to another scene. So kind of like a snapshot. This one, and this one happened. Immediately happened. This is his style of writing, okay? He moves from one event to another, as we told you, in a snapshot, like a snapshot. He omits many Jewish references. It has fewer Old Testament quotation and references. This is in the Bible. He explained the Jewish customs. هنلاقي في الbook according to Saint Mark, he actually known some of the Jewish things that he was doing on the old time, so he actually explained it, like the unwashed hands. فاكرين لما قالوا له your disciples are not washing their hands before eating. ايه ده؟ ايه ده الحاجات الوحشة دي؟ ازاي تاكلوا من غير ما تغسلوا ايديكم؟ طب what about لسانكم؟ What about your tongue? What your tongue will say? If this is important to wash your hands and be clean and be everything, and then when you sit down with your friend and with your colleague, you talk about other people, if this is nice, before you think about washing and wearing and styling and do this first. This one first, before anything else. When you control this, you can control everything else. Like زي ما بيقولوا كده ايه, اللي بيcontrol himself is better than he control a town. A town. يعني الجوفرنر ده مش حاجة. He's not doing a wow job. Me, if I control myself, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna feel, what I'm gonna think when I pray. دي مشكلة عندي. لما pray 50,000 موضوع بيجوا في الفكرة وانا pray. How to control my thoughts. اعمل كده واعمل كده اهو. Stop. I need to stop and focus on what I'm doing. So control yourself. When they tell them about the unwashed hands, unleavened bread when they killed the Passover lamb. Also the preparation. It was the preparation. لما بيتكلم على preparation هو ايه before the Sabbath, you know. He also interprets Aramaic words like the Boanerges, the son of thunder, James and John. يعني دايما يقول لكم كده ايه حاجات كده زي Golgotha means the land of the skull. Boanerges بيحط words كده. It's Aramaic words. Talitha Kumi means the little girl, I say to you, arise, in Mark 5:41. Some words he just put it in the Aramaic words, interpret it and explain it. The gospel according to St. Mark is structured in such a way that the last week of our Lord Jesus Christ's life is a focus of over 1/3 of the book. He's really concentrated on that. Concentrated on the life of Jesus Christ in the Holy Week. Okay? The theological significance of the Passion Week is obvious because the theme is Jesus, the sacrificial servant. Theme of his Bible is Jesus, sacrificial servant. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many in Mark 10:45 and Isaiah 53. خلي بالكم. So the servant presented, the servant opposed, servant teaches, servant rejected, servant exalted. All of this, he talked about it, how the servant, as Jesus come and what the people did for him. And I will tell you guys, you are the future servant. You're not here to be pampered and to be happy, and you're going to have a wonderful class, and you teach and you go away home. You will have lots of temptation, lots of things. مش بخوفكم, لكن it's actually a big responsibility. Very big responsibility. Very killing responsibility. God will ask you about every single person you're teaching. يعني كتير قوي منكم مثلا لما أنا بأثر في حاجات كتير, I'm doing not a good job مثلا of asking about them, of following up. ربنا هيسألني. ربنا هيسألني. هيقول لي ليه ما عملتيش كده؟ مش حاجة حلوة. دي مش حاجة فظيعة, خلي بالك دي حاجة وحشة. يعني I'm responsible to take you guys. طبعا مش full responsibility, I know. It's the home and the church, but I mean my part as a teacher or as a servant, I need to follow up with you guys. Make sure that you are good. Make sure that spirituality, you're okay. Keep nagging on you. Keep غلسوا عليكم, أغلس عليكم. فين البايبل, فين الكنيسة, فين الليتورجي, فين I need to do that. Not because of anything, because God is going to ask me about you guys. بالظبط زي أبونا يا حرام. He's going to ask him about all these people and their kids and their grandkids. مش عايزة أبقى أبونا خالص. It's hard. It's not easy to be a servant. It's really hard. So think but it's not hard when Jesus is holding things with you. Easy. It's easy burden when he is with you. لكن لو انتوا شلتوه وخليتوا نفسكم انتوا عشان تظهروا وتشوا, this is the time that it's going to be very difficult for you to be a servant. أول حاجة people are going to notice you. People are going to think that you are always like أنا me. وبعدين لو حد مثلا حطيته في first grade وطنط نيلي حطت واحد تاني زي نفس السن بتاعه في third grade, how come third grade اشمعنى؟ واشمعنى دي تطلع من بقكم كتير. إياك أسمع حد فيكم يقول اشمعنى. سيبكوا اضربوا. اشمعنى دي مش عايز اسمعها خالص. تمسحوها من الكوبي بتاع البتاع. فيش اشمعنى. أنا اشتغلت لو هيدوني شغلة في الحمام يقولوا لي جيجي this is your job to clean the bathrooms. I would say thank you because it's something inside the church. It's a job, it's a service. وأنا إيه؟ خدامة, servant. خدامة. فأشتغل في أكنس البيت. بعدين هقول لكم حاجة بمناسبة الكنس بقى. عارفة أنا بره بتاع موضوع بس حاجة مهمة. We want واحنا في زمان واحنا we started this church Saint Justine. ما اعرفش مين كان معايا زمان. تاني كنت انتي بيبي خيال صغنونه كده اهو. كانت عندنا الكنيسه القديمه خالص, كنا بنقعد في مكاتب كده, كانت مكاتب جنب بعض وبعدين we open it. كان عندي الحلوين ولادي اللي شبهكم كده اللي هو مينا يوسف بقى وعيال الكبار دول الاطول مني بضرفتين. كانوا بيعملوا ايه الحلوين دول؟ كنا بنيجي كل يوم اسبوع كل سبت مثلا نكنس الكنيسه, sweep the church, clean the church, clean the bathrooms. كنت اقول لهم مين بيحب ربنا وهيدخل السماء؟ اللي هيدخل السماء هيعمل الباثرومز. ها مين؟ ايوه يا جماعه. Heaven starts from the bathrooms. I'm telling you the truth. مش بتضحكوا؟ هو ده. عايز تبقى عظيم وتبقى حلو في نظر ربنا in front of God's eye, go down. قوي. طنط نيلي تقول ايه؟ انا عندي فصل ده والفصل ده. طنط خديني في اي حاجه. I'm here to serve. وما اقولش اشمعنى وما اقولش ليه اشمعنى اصلها خالتها اصلها صحوبيه بقى اصلها كوسه. الكنيسه دي بتاعت الكوسه, واسمع بقى الحاجات الوحشه, الحاجات اللي تضايق دي. Guys, please, you start a new era in your life. You start to be, you're the pillar of the church. You're here, the servants, the future servants. I want to see a new heart, a new mind. new set of mind. We here to serve God, starting from bathrooms up to anything else. Okay? هتسمعوا طنط هتيجي تقول لكم ايه؟ كده يا ابني انتوا السبب في ده كله، منكم لله، انتوا السبب. اسمعوا، ثانك يو طنط، حقك عليا، انا غلطانه. انا غلطانه. اكيد انا غلط. نستقبل ونسمع ونتكلم. فانا بفكر بقى ان انا ارجع لكم الحاجات دي تاني وخليكم تستلطوا في الباثروم تاني. سيرفنتس بقى. ايه رايكم في الفكره الفظيعه دي؟ نو؟ يس. لو انتوا سيرفنت حاجه تقولي لي اوكي يا طنط، ونشتغل كل يوم سبت مثلا نمسح الكنيسه مره في الشهر، بلاش في الاسبوع. احنا عندنا هنا بنات بتيجي تشتغل في الكنيسه، لكن الكنيسه بتاعتنا محتاجه نظافه. لو احنا نعملها يوم الاحد بعد ما الناس تمشي ماشي، لو احنا نعمل عايزه كده جروب حلو يقول احنا we need to serve, we can serve. اوكي؟ بره الموضوع بس جات لي فكره يعني، عارفين الافكار الفظيعه. افكار اللي هتموتكم في الاخر. Okay. Found only in the Gospel of St. Mark. What's the things that found on the Gospel of St. Mark? Only. Like we have the 4 Gospels and we have different things inside the Gospels. بنلاقي إن نفس الإيفنت happened here, happened there. Like, but there's events only St. Mark mentioned it, not anybody else. The parable of the seed, the healing of the deaf and mute, the healing of the blind man in Bethsaida, the forgive others in order to be forgiven, a young man fled naked. طبعا he talked about himself يعني. عايز يوريكم شوفوا قد ايه يعني سان مارك مثلا مش يخبي. طب خبي يا راجل، قول حاجه تانية. لا انا بقول لكم ان انا ضعيف. I am so weak. And God chose me because I'm so weak. شوفوا الجمال، شوفوا جمال الديسايبلز بتوعنا. هو ده. Okay. The Gospel of St. Luke. احنا خلصنا Gospel of St. Mark. ده آخر حاجة هنشتغلها النهارده Gospel of St. Luke. Let's see here. You know what? Let's keep the Gospel of St. Luke next time عشان digest كويس. إيه رأيكم؟ ماشي؟ عشان كده خلاص كفاية كده ولا الساعة كام؟ فاضل لي قد إيه؟ ولا أنا خلصت؟ خلصت؟ ها؟ طب نراجع ولا كده كفاية؟ نراجع the Gospel of St. Mark. اوكي انا رجعت لكم Gospel of St. Matthew. نراجع مع بعض Gospel of St. Mark. واحنا قلنا Mark means a hammer, and he known as John Mark. His mother Mary she's the one that introduced Jesus Christ to do the Last Supper in her house. Possibly the unnamed man who was fled from Gethsemane. The Gospel of St. Mark briefly assisted St. Paul and Barnabas, and he is the one who the founder of the Egyptian church, the Christianity in Egypt. The Gospel of he was the first of the 4 Gospels to be written. He started by John the Baptist. He is the shortest Gospel. The word immediately always mentioned like 40 times. His style of writing is like a snapshot. He omits many Jewish references. It has fewer Old Testament quotation and references. He actually explains the Jewish customs in some of his writings, like the unwashed hands, the unleavened bread, the Passover, the preparation. He interprets some Aramaic words like the Bonerges, or what you guys say it, Bonerges.